Hey guys, how are you? So today I'm very much excited. You know why? Simply because today is August 16th, the year 2021. It is marking my 13 years here in the United States of America. So, being here for 13 years, for some people who have been here longer than me, it might not be a big deal. But for someone who is trying to come here or going to any new country as immigrant, 13 years is not a joke, it's a lot of years. But no matter how many years you have been there is a point in time you have to sit down and do a little bit of reflection. So in this video, I'm going to talk about so many things. I want to do a reflection of my 13 years of my life here. Why do I believe I made the right choice to come here? What are the mistakes? What are the regrets? What are the challenges I faced? What are the successes I have? Why did I take certain types of decision the way I did in certain things while I'm here in America? And what has been a turning point for me to believe everything is possible here in America? Because sometimes you might reach here and things might not go on your way for quite some time or for a long time. But there will be a point, which I call it a turning point. Something might happen, or you have done something which you believe was a turning point. So what was my turning point? To reach at a level believing that this is where I can realize all my dreams. Whether my dreams are compatible to what we call American dream or not, but what were the turning point. So those are the things I'm going to discuss in this video, and the purpose is just to give a little bit an understanding to someone maybe who is planning to come to America, or is planning to go to Canada, planning to go to Europe. So when we say things are not easy, we don't mean that they are impossible. You can be able to accomplish anything you want, but you have to take time, you have to learn from others, you have to learn from your mistake, you have to be very focused. Just like even if you are in your own country, the way you want to succeed, most of the ways, the principles will be a little bit the same. The infrastructure, the environment might be different, but the hard-working spirit doesn't matter where you are. So welcome everyone. My name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo EBM, and today I welcome you to share with you my 13th year anniversary here on the greatest nation on the planet Earth, United States of America. I know the first question is, why this guy is talking about United States of America, the greatest nation on the earth? Why there is Norway? Why there is these countries? They are happy. They have all these kind of things. Greatness is not about being happy. There are so many things you might not be, but there are so many things which you can be able to find them here. You will never be able to find in any other country. So, and if I can quote President Ronald Reagan, one time he said the following words. If I can paraphrase them, because I used the same words when I was writing the book. He said he received a letter from one person. And that person, he mentioned the name. He was thanking Reagan, who is the president, for that person becoming American, because he's from another country. He said one person might decide to go to Japan and stay there for 20, 30 years, take the citizenship of Japan, but will not be Japanese. You can go to Somalia, take a citizenship there, you'll never be a Somali. You can go to Britain, take a citizenship there, stay there for whatever number of years you are there, you are not a British. You can go to Germany, you can go to Sweden, you will not be a Swedish even if you have citizenship of Sweden. But if you come to America, you take a citizenship, you become American. So that is a very huge statement to show the difference that this country is for everyone. If you go to Sweden, yeah, the country is for Swedish. You go to Italy, it's for Italian. You can become a citizen there, but technically you are not like here in America, where the difference between me and Joe Biden, and other people might be born here, but the grandparents came from another country. So for me, it's my time. I came 2008. Others, maybe they came here 50 years ago, 100 years ago. It doesn't matter, but at one point, one group of people came here. So the only owners of this land are Native Americans or Native Indians, already Indians. I don't want to use inappropriate words, but those are the natives who are not more than 7 million. They are 6 point something million. So the rest of people to 400 million, everybody came from somewhere. And we all are here, and we all have the same rights. We are all Americans, so without of everything. So, but while I was making the decision to come to America, so don't think that I had all this processing in my head that, oh, so I'm going to America, I'm going there because there is the American dream, there is this one. I didn't know all those kind of things. I even wrote on my book which I call the turning point of my life. I mean, the decision to come to America. It was while I was just in primary school. I was still a kid, so it was a childhood dream for me to say I'm coming to America. So it's different from someone else where maybe when you make the decision, you already have a bachelor degree. Some people, they make the decision to say that I'm planning to go to a certain country. Already you have a certain career, or you apply green card lottery, you already have master's degree. But for me, the decision, I'm talking the decision to, excuse me, I'm talking about the decision for me to say that I'm going to stay in the United States of America, or I'm going there, I was still in primary school. So I can say that was kind of like a childhood dream, but I'm so much thankful that childhood dream came to reality. Just like how some soccer players, their dream one day is just to go to play for Real Madrid, to play for Barcelona, to play for Manchester United, they call childhood club, the dream while you were a child. So for me, the biggest dream was to come to America. So there are certain reasons back in 1994, 1995, things happened to my hometown, which brought to me, or the situation which we are going on for me to make that particular decision. It was the time back in 1994, 1995, no much of the internet. So for me, the only way, I assume there are so many ways, but the only way I wanted to use to come to America was through education. So for me, I knew I'm studying, and education would be the only way which would be able to bring me to America. I didn't know about the green card lottery, internet, I didn't even have the email. I had the email many years later. So let me give you a small part of my book about the memoir. And the chapter 1 of my book about my life is called The Decision Year. So you can see here I'm going to play The Decision Year. So this book is on audio, it is on ebook, it's paperback on Amazon, but also the ebook, I'm not the one, so don't be surprised. I'm not the one who is talking about the ebook. I hired a professional book reader, someone who is narrating the book. So that's the one is going to do. So chapter 1 is called The Decision Year. 1994, 1995, things happened to my life back in Kigoma that particular year.
Chapter 1.
The Decision Year.
The Decision Year, 1994 to 1995.
3 important things.
3 important things happened between 1994 and 1995 in Kigoma, my hometown. They all made sense to me back then when I was just in 5th grade. I was a 13-year-old boy, ambitious, determined, dedicated, and a true believer that everything is possible. Fast forward 23 years later, everything I dreamed of and planned at that moment connected today. This is the point where I agree with Steve Jobs that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life.
So that is just the introduction of the book about my life. It was a dream. So if we talk about those 3 important things back in the day, in that particular time, there was the time of the refugee coming to my hometown in Kigoma, following the assassination of the President Ndadaye in Burundi. There was the issue about the first by-election of the opposition won back. I mean, it was a very big deal. The issue of law, the issue. I mean, my brother finishing university, and then there was a doctor who married a foreigner. So all those they played. So in the book I explain in deeper. But that is the time I was just saying I'll be going to US in particular, not just any European country. I was specific. I'm not in the Europe, but I was more into US. I knew if I have to go, I might not come direct to America. I have to go through maybe sometimes to Europe to come to my final destination. But I knew from that particular moment I have to come to America. So those are the reasons why maybe I was a child. So it's different from someone who is already a professional having different types of the reasoning why they want to do something. So sometimes you can have someone can like a certain type of club for no reason, but that is coming to control the whole decisions when the person is growing up. So yeah, so for me it's different from others. That's what I usually tell people. I didn't come to US by accident. It was a pure calculated move, and I worked on that. So if you ask someone from 5th grade primary school, will tell you this was the dream. When you go to secondary school, that was the dream. High school was the dream. Going to the university, people knew for sure this is what I was talking to them every single day. I'm glad I was talking to them every single day, and the majority of the people were doubting me. Majority of the people were giving some were just overall criticism, some were constructive criticism, some they give just like, have you ever thought of 1, 2, 3, 4 if something happens there? Have you ever thought about 1, 2, 3, 4? So those kind of things helped me to start foreseeing what challenges I might expect if I go to another country. So that's why, for instance, for me, you cannot ask me, so do you miss ugali? Do you miss a certain type of rice in my hometown, whatever I grew up eating in my hometown or in Tanzania in general? I don't miss, because I prepared my mindset that those are not the main issues. Yes, I know people, oh, I miss this. Yes, I miss my family, like my father, my mother, my children, I mean, my siblings, sisters, brothers, all those kind of things. But I'm thankful I have my wife and have my children here. So all those kind of things, yes, you can miss certain things. Oh, you can remember. But I cannot say, oh, I'm dying. I'm remembering eating cassava. Give me a break. I can stay even for 6 months without eating ugali, and I don't even worry anything at all. But the favorite food I used to eat, I ate almost every single day. So that's, first of all, I just want to put that one just on the air before I go deeper to explaining about the bigger issues regarding to the decision for me to come to America, but what exactly are the challenges I was going through. So that was the introduction of my 13 years, how it started. As I said, back in 1994, I was still 5th grade, primary school or elementary school, thinking about I'll be going to that particular country. But remember, my goal was not to come here and to wash dishes for the rest of my life. So you have to be very, very clear. When I'm going to explain to you what type of mentality do you need to have, because people confuse on that particular aspect when they want to go to another country. Okay, then what? Yes, when I was a child, I didn't know about jobs, I didn't know about social security, I didn't know about retirement, I didn't know all these kind of things. But over time, I started developing some of those kind of things. How do you move from one visa to another visa? So that's why people are asking, how do you know about a lot of things about immigration? Are you an immigration lawyer? I remember one time I was talking to one immigration lawyer, and she assumed I'm also an immigration lawyer. I said, no, I've never studied law. But I know most of the immigration because I was having interest, because I looked every single situation and learning about it before coming to America. And some from the early age, while I'm here, I started to develop those kind of things so that I can be in a good position, so that I cannot have any particular problem at all.